think I'll just make a couple brief comments, and then I'll answer one or two questions, and then the deposition right now is on a break, and so we'll reconvene. There'll be some additional hours of questioning by both the Democratic side and the Republican side as the afternoon goes on. I want to just reiterate a couple things that have been made, which are important. The first is that we are thankful that President Clinton came in and answered tough questions from both the minority party and the majority party. We also think it's important to note that, and he made some of these statements in his opening statement, he made it clear once again that he does not understand, nor do we, why we spent so much time yesterday grilling Secretary Clinton when she obviously had no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein and had never met Jeffrey Epstein. We also want to reiterate, and I want to think it's important for us to know, our call yesterday, because of transparency, it is so important that we continue to release both Secretary Clinton's deposition and President Clinton's deposition. Both of the Clintons are committed to these records getting out as soon as possible, and Oversight Democrats agree. The best way of going forward is for there to be transparency and a full public record, and we're demanding that that record not be edited, but just a full recording of what transpired yesterday and what will continue to transpire today through the course of the day. And finally, let me just also say once again that we have a new precedent in this country where we can now demand president and former presidents to testify in front of the Oversight Committee. So we are once again demanding that now President Trump, who is in the Epstein files almost more than anyone else besides Ghislaine Maxwell, answer our questions. This is not a hoax. He has not been exonerated, and we have serious questions for President Trump. And with that, we'll answer a couple questions.
Chairman Comer just came out and said that in this letter of questioning, you asked President Clinton if he thought President Trump should come and testify, and Chairman Comer said that President Clinton's response was that it was for you to decide, and Clinton went on to say that President Trump has never said anything to him to make him think he was involved. Now, obviously, we don't have the transcript of this, but I would love to
Yeah, I think the best response to that is for you to view the complete record of what actually he said, which, look, we're not going to disclose what was said because that's not in the rules. The Republicans keep breaking the rules. But I think to what Mr. Frost said earlier, there was, I think that the President Clinton, did bring up some additional information about some discussions with President Trump. I think that the way Chairman Comer described it, I don't think is a complete accurate description of what actually was said. So let's release the full transcript so that you can get a full record of what actually was said, which brings up some very important new questions about comments that President Trump has actually said in the past. Any other questions?
Congressman.
Yes.
Just to remember, I know in the former president's statement, he says that there may be times where he says he can't recall. Has that, I know you can't really give a lot of details about what was said in the deposition, but how would you characterize when you say he's being cooperative? Is he answering the majority of questions, or a lot of his responses more I can't recall?
I think everybody would agree that he's been very cooperative, and he's actually answering the questions fairly. I mean, to the best of his ability. He has not taken a pass on pleading the fifth for any questions. He's been very thorough. He's been asked some questions multiple times over. I think you'll see that in the transcript. So he's been very cooperative, and in fact, I don't think he's given any sense that he's been uncomfortable to be there. In fact, I think he's been pretty interested in answering, I think, all the questions of both the Republicans and the Democrats. With that, we're going to wrap up. Everyone's going to break, and then we'll continue. Thank you very much.
What do you have from President Day?
Angel, anything you want to say? No, I feel good.